takes, I would never have known. And the way I look at it again, and Islam has helped me with this, I look at that like it could have been more.
Mhm.
Like, yeah, we take the lesson. It could have been more because I've made a lot of mistakes and I've lost a lot of money in business. But again, I've managed to come back, bounce back, start other businesses, and make them work. Most things that I've done have been very successful.
More about in terms of traveling. Have you traveled a lot?
Yeah, I've been most places.
What does traveling teach you?
Just different cultures. Like for me, I'm always looking out for entrepreneurs and people that are doing very well in life and people that like business. And it's nice to see how people do business all over the world, which I've seen.
Nice. So if there's someone watching this podcast
hmm
who things might not be, going that well right now, maybe they say, I haven't been dealt the best cards,
hmm
but they're going, oh, the same thing keeps happening. I can't come out of this.
hmm
What advice are you giving that person?
Right. I would give the advice of, first of all, being dealt, we can all get dealt a bad hand, right? We can all get dealt a bad hand. However, depends what situation they're in, depends which situation they want to pull themselves out of, and depends if they've got the willpower, the dedication, the persistence to pull themselves out. If you have willpower, dedication, and persistence, you can make anything work. You can make a success of anything. If you've got the will, the desire, the fire in your belly. And my advice would be go and set out and go and do what you want to do. Listen, keep within the goalposts and be realistic on what you want to do. But it can be done. It can be achieved. If there's human beings out there that done it before, even if they haven't, who's to say you're not to be the first?
And the thing is, like, these are characteristics, and some people just like might be a little bit weaker minded. Is
Mm,
there something they can do to try strengthen their mental strength of going, I can be more resilient,
mm.
I can be more persistent? Is there, like, a sport that you've done, or a course that you've done that they can go and look to go and do these steps before they make that other big jump? Because there's a whole society who's not doing it. You know, I can say it, you can say it, and they're going, yeah, tomorrow. And tomorrow never comes. And then it's 40, 45, and then they look back and regret and go, I
Mm,
should have done that. I just didn't have the confidence. But
mm,
there's obviously a character trait that they haven't picked up on that have allowed them to do that.
mhm, mhm,
It's like when you go boxing and you get punched in the face, you got to know, if I get in that bloody ring and I don't move, my head's going to be taken off.
mm,
So you learn how to move and
mm,
you learn how to survive very quickly.
mhm.
Do you know what I'm saying? So is there something that's taught you, like, I mean, you've got, not saying the best start, but you've got a billionaire environment
Mhm,
around you. You've got abundance
mhm.
around you. Your dad's got invoices around you. You've seen his office. You've seen him doing business deals. You get to come and shadow him. What's that person doing if they haven't got all of that? Where can they put themselves?
Well, they get themselves employed by a billionaire at the same place. Listen, I'm not saying that. A lot of people think, they want to wake up tomorrow and everything be fixed. No, you do have to work from the ground up. Whether that means you have to, I used to unblock drains and I would still set up a company and I would do it to this day. If I had a property that I couldn't get somebody out to unblock a drain, I would go there and do it. And I know how to do it
Why?
because I had a drainage company. And that's what we thought the business was to be in at the time because my dad, again, following in my dad's footsteps, my dad had a drainage company in Raynham. As a matter of fact, it's still going to this day, owned by his business partner's or ex-business partner's wife, called Southern Drains Limited. And I have a company, or had a company called Blockbuster Drains. I tried it, and I didn't. It wasn't the most. I wasn't the most successful at it, and it was a very hard job.
Hmm. Talk to me a little bit about, you had a business in
Mm-hmm.
the nightclub industry, no?
Mm-hmm.
Talk to us a little bit more about that. How did you start that up?
I used to do travellers events and travellers parties, and the door again we see the opportunity that the money wasn't where at the door, which was all I was getting. The money was at the bar and I wasn't getting no share of the bar, so I had to go and find a venue that I could purchase and I could run my own nights from. It didn't start like that, and it's a very long story, but it's cut a long story short, you know.
And how much did you buy the bar for?
I didn't. I paid off the debts. What was over there? I think it's about 60 or 70,000 pound. There was like rent rates of maybe a few wages that was outstanding, electric bill. I got hit with loads of bills, and that was the agreement that I took the club on. So it'd probably been about 60 or 70, and I only ended up with a lease, obviously.
And what was the biggest learn from that?
Um, Again, when I bought it, I expected to just open the doors and people was gonna come flooding in. They didn't. I was stood there for 2 or 3 weeks, probably by myself, because I wanted to make it a non-travellers venue.
Okay. And like, what stopped you from doing that business going forward?
It just wasn't for me. Like, you know, late nights, not what an entrepreneur's made out of. For like, you know, it's a very good job, and there's people that can make it successful. It just wasn't for me. I wasn't compatible with that industry or that life. The nightlife industry, restaurants, hospitality is not. Just I wasn't the best at it. It wasn't very good. I made it successful. I made it propitious. I earned money. It was a profitable venture. However, did I enjoy it the most? No. You know, I'm out. My weekends was dedicated to there every single weekend. You know, as much as I want to go and earn money and be successful at whatever I'm doing, at the same time, I do want to live my life.
Mm. And out of all of these businesses that you've done, what's
Mm.
attracting you the most to go in which path?
What do you mean? Sorry, say that again.
So you've been, you've bought and sold
Mm-hmm.
stuff. You've, towels and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah, yeah.
You've gone in the bar
Mm-hmm.
industry. You're dabbling already in, the park industry in terms of,
Mm-hmm. Well, I've got my
homes.
foot well in the door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So is that where you want to
No,
channel your energy
property,
more?
property in general. It's not that I want to channel my energy there. I'll always be looking to earn and save money at whatever venture that I physically and legally can. And the money that I earn, I will save up and I will put into property. And the reason I want to put it into property is because I want to leave it. Hopefully, I have children, and I will leave it to them, and hopefully they can go on and add to it if they want to go through it and they want to blow all of it. Then that's completely up to them.
Mm.
But I'm quite sure if the work ethic is bred into my son, that's been bred into me, I know that won't be the case. You know, I live a good life. I enjoy myself and I deserve to. And I believe that the position that I'm in helps my business. You know, everything that I do, I always have my business or making
Mm.
money in mind in the back of my head.
Mm-hmm. People have a vision of what a billionaire
Mm,
life is. They have
mm,
this, sort of thinking like, hey, I might have 200,000. I bought a house. Okay, millionaire
mm,
is a big status, but
mm,
billionaire is all the way up
mhm,
there.
mhm.
What is the life of a billionaire actually like on a day to day?
And first of all, I'm not a billionaire. Like I'd say, I'm a millionaire in my own right. Um, but my days again, some I enjoy, some are not so good. Some I play golf, some I plan to play golf, and then I have to drop everything that I'm doing to head into work or head to a meeting. We drive up and down. We do podcasts. We create content because it's extremely good marketing for whatever business that I may be doing. Because the Alfie Best name is a brand, and I'm trying to push it out there. Like I said earlier on about the WhatsApp group, I'm trying to put a little bit of time into that because it's great. And I tell you what's so good about my group is how it's helping people and actually witnessing it. It's there in black and white, you know. And
Can you tell us any success stories?
any success stories? Yeah, I can tell you a couple of success stories. We have a right. How long have you got? Right. Let me give you a couple of success stories. Right. So there was a young guy that joined the group the other day looking to set up a company. Right. This is a very simple and straightforward one. Looking to set up a company, didn't even know where to start. I said, here, I said, join the Alfie Best Junior WhatsApp community. I said, this will do well. Within a day, he had his company name set up. He had his website ready to be ready to go live. It would take a week or 2 weeks, which is live now. I can show you if you like. And managed to find himself a supplier all in the Alfie Best WhatsApp group. He made a business
Wow.
from within the WhatsApp group. Now, that was just a young kid. A lot of them are already very well established. I have an accountant that joined the group. Every time I look in there, somebody's bigging him up. Thank you to such and such accountants. Not to disclose any names on the podcast. I don't know if they'd want me to, but to be honest with you, he probably would.